President Rooney, Provost Grivats, honored guests, graduates, families, and friends. On behalf of my faculty colleagues, our entire administrative team, our alumni, and our university, please allow me to add my welcome and my heartfelt congratulations to each and every one of you. This is not the graduation you likely imagined. We know that. But nonetheless, it's a day of great reflection, joy, and gratitude. We reflect together on all of your hard work and all that you have accomplished during these very uncertain and challenging times. Let us be most grateful for what is certain and most enduring. The blessings of your unwavering, powerful, and loving relationships. Each of you has been supported every step of the way by your families and your close friends. These loving relationships have nourished you, kept you afloat, sustained you, and inspired you. They have helped you to embrace the challenges of a global pandemic, an awakening to racial injustice, and a stark reminder of the fragility of our democracy and our legal institutions. Your loving relationships are not only indispensable to your happiness and well-being, we know that's true, but they're also vital to the construction of your professional knowledge, skills, and values. Skills like empathy, respect, and kindness are sometimes belittled as soft skills, but we know there's nothing soft about them. They're critical to your professional success. They distinguish merely good professionals from truly exceptional Loyola professionals like each one of you. So even online, each of you has been inspired by relationships with each other and with your incredible faculty to become kind, caring, and collaborative critical thinkers, ethical advocates, and public citizens. As you already realize, those connections include our wonderful alumni family as well. In these tough times, our alumni have counseled you, taught you, mentored you, helped you to find rewarding careers, and supported you with scholarships and fellowships. We know that like those who have gone before you and helped you along the way, you too will continue to keep your Loyola family close to your hearts. But friends, Pope Francis reminds us that as you go forth from this day and continue to grow in responsibility and impact, you must also grow in tenderness. Tenderness? Yes, tenderness. Tenderness is not weakness, it is fortitude. It is love overflowing with small gestures of mutual care. It makes itself felt in every action by you that seeks to build a better world. As students of this great law school, as members of this great Loyola family, you have learned lifelong habits of mind and of heart that will help you to become exceptional professionals, but also to help you build a better world through loving relationships based on tenderness with your families, your classmates, your colleagues, your clients, your communities, and yes, with perfect strangers. You have not only acquired knowledge of the law, you have actively pursued justice and have already transformed your communities through thousands and thousands of hours of volunteer public interest work. We are so grateful to you, the class of 2021, for your leadership in promoting racial and social justice and for making our own law school community more diverse, inclusive, and equitable. So graduates, we have not just prepared the path for you, we have prepared you for the path. We hope that you will continue to allow us to walk with you as you are inspired by our mission to care deeply for each other and to use your exceptional talents, tenacity, and tenderness in the service of and with others. We know that with the loving care of your families and your extended Loyola family, you will continue to build the future of justice for us all. On this day, therefore, graduates, we do have so much to be joyous about and so much to be grateful for. Congratulations. And now it is my honor to welcome our student speaker, Janae Hughes, your Student Bar Association President. Welcome, Janae.
Thank you, Dean Kaufman. Greetings, distinguished faculty, family and friends, and most of all, my fellow class of 2021 graduates of Loyola University Chicago School of Law. This year, the Student Bar Association employed a theme, TLC, Transparency, Legacy, Collaboration. In an effort to increase transparency and create systems of accountability, we collaborated with various organizations and leaders, working tirelessly to accomplish our goals. In creating this theme, we knew how we wanted to improve the law school, and we knew that this class was special. We knew we would leave a mark. The issue was that we weren't sure exactly how. And while transparency and collaboration were easy objectives, legacy could not have been accomplished through a single event or the creation of a student organization. And it could not be accomplished by the executive board alone. Now, I don't believe in glamorizing the last 3 to 4 years because, truth be told, they were a challenge. On top of the uncomfortable cold calls and the agonizing oral arguments, we dealt with imposter syndrome and anxiety. Our friends and family complained that they didn't see us enough or that we didn't care because we didn't ask about their day, when the sad reality was that we just didn't have the capacity. So no, I'm not going to spend the next 3 minutes glamorizing law school, but what I will do is point out that through all of that, we were resilient. We were tested, but we thrived through it all. In unprecedented times, we spent 1/2 of our law school career in the world of COVID-19. And at the same time, when we were no longer in the classroom or even at home doing our weekly readings, we were either donating, educating, or demonstrating to let the world know that all Black lives always did and always will matter. Being a law student was exhausting, so we deserve to celebrate, take a break, and catch up on sleep. And we should absolutely take the time to do that. And when we are well rested, pass the bar, and get sworn in as licensed attorneys, the real work must begin. It is our responsibility to take the tools we've been given and put them to good use. We have friends turned family, we have mentors and sponsors, and most importantly, we have a degree in quality education. Your legacy is your mark and footprint to the earth and contribution to the world. You are leaving a legacy whether you want to or not. So will you be intentional with the legacy you're leaving? The law is noble, but it is not perfect. It is good, but it is not always just. Our laws are made by people just like you and us and not by God's. Listen to the law, but listen to your heart and your gut. Remember that the legal issues we are trying to solve are not hypotheticals. Speak up when something feels wrong. Your contributions to the legal field and how you serve your community is your legacy. So today, we're not just graduating, we are breaking curses. We're not just graduating, we are building futures. And we're not just graduating, we are achieving our dreams. We are the newest generation of lawyers. So consequently, what is our legacy going to be? Legacy is built now, but experienced later. Class of 2021, it was an honor and joy to be by your side these last few years. And we have the foundation. Now it's time to get to work and start building.
Thank you, Janae. Greetings, President Joanne Rooney, Dean Michael Kaufman, Dean Zelda Harris, Board of Governors, parents, families, and friends, but especially members of the esteemed graduating class of 2021. As a proud graduate, adjunct faculty member, and member of the Board of Governors, I am honored to speak to you today, albeit virtually, on this day, which promises to be one of the most important of your career. Now, if you're anything like I was on graduation day, you're thinking to yourself, I wish they would just hurry up. I need to start studying for the bar exam. Not long ago, I literally told my family, I don't want to go out to dinner. I don't want to do anything to celebrate because there was nothing to celebrate until I passed the bar exam. Little did they know the worst of it was actually getting past the character and fitness application. So graduating, something that was inevitable, seemed like, well, meh. But I cannot imagine what all of you must be thinking. You started law school 3 years ago in classrooms, toting around thick red-bound tomes and mastering IRAC as if your life depended on it. And today, you completed your courses virtually, all while sheltering in place and in a manner and without the accoutrements and creature comforts of the way you began. And this is why today, I want to take this opportunity to ask you to pause just for the next few minutes and not think about whether your student loans will be forgiven or whether you will pass the bar exam on the first attempt, but accept these next few moments as my gift to you. As you leave behind these hallowed halls of learning, discourse, as well as struggle and strife, know that as it states in Romans 12:12, be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind, that ye may prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of God. And know that like you, Loyola School of Law is forever transformed because you were here. And this institution of higher learning is nothing like it was 3 years ago either. That transformation and renewal was made manifest this year under the leadership of Dean Kaufman, when he and others endeavored to turn the school on its 150-year-old ear by acknowledging and yielding to the winds of change and daring to chart a new course. And doing so by crystallizing this transformation in the school's principal guiding document, the mission statement, thus signaling to the Loyola learning community and the outside world, out with the old and in with the new. We are not the same. We can do better, and we will be better. You are the first graduating class to bear the Loyola torch under our brand new mission statement, which was forged from the events surrounding this devastating global pandemic that we call COVID, a name that sounds more like a new flavor of soda pop than a debilitating and life-threatening disease, and amidst the political and social unrest played out vividly in the streets of Chicago and beyond. And because you are the first to be commissioned to carry the torch, much will be required. The mission statement is your marching orders, your call to action. And so, I invite the graduates to accept this commission and their loved ones to bear witness and hold them accountable. The first tenet of the new mission statement states that Loyola will educate students to be responsible and compassionate lawyers, judges, and law-related leaders in an increasingly diverse and interdependent world. Whether or not you entered Loyola School of Law to practice bankruptcy law or public interest law, become an elected official, or pursue a lifetime appointment on the federal bench, you are commanded to be compassionate in your practice. And compassion demands that we be sympathetic to the concerns of others, even when we don't want to, or even when it's inconvenient. The remaining portion of this tenet reminds us that this world is ever-changing, and that though we may have distinct and diverse characteristics and experiences, we are today, more than ever, dependent on each other for our success and well-being. That the world is indeed flat, finally committing to the fact that we have more in common as human race and have fallen short in the past in our attempts at equality, while simultaneously having to acknowledge, nay, celebrate, the things that make us unique and unrepeatable children of God. The second tenet of the new mission statement states that Loyola will prepare graduates who will be ethical advocates for justice and equity, who will lead efforts to dismantle the legal, economic, political, and social structures that generate and sustain racism and all forms of oppression, and who will advance a rule of law that promotes social justice. Whew, now that's a mouthful and a huge responsibility. You were the first class to participate in an experiment 3 years ago. That experiment was called the Professional Identity Formation course. It was the first of its kind, a groundbreaking, innovative, mandatory 1L course designed to force you not just to examine your biases, but introduce you to your future duty as an officer of the court to be fair and just advocate, an impartial trier of fact and/or ethical leader. This class gave you a chance to step up into your potential of being not just a good lawyer, but a great one. Not because of your legal prowess or scholarly accomplishments, but because you could transform your thinking and our profession by being brave and courageous enough to tear down the flawed systems that you inherited. Under this guiding principle of the mission statement, Loyola pledged to prepare a learning environment that leads the way toward rebuking and rooting out all forms of injustice and oppression and balances the scales of power. The third and final tenet of the new mission statement states that Loyola will contribute to a deeper understanding of law, legal institutions, and systems of oppression through a commitment to transformation, intersectionality, and anti-subordination in our teaching, research, scholarship, and public service. And while the first two tenets addressed what Loyola will do to prepare and educate its students, this last one avows that Loyola will uphold its end of the bargain in this transformative process by being a school all of you and I can be proud of. While Loyola will contribute to a deeper understanding of the legal constructs that support oppression, it is up to you to seek out those dark places that harbor hate, intolerance, and casteism in our society. Whether you end up teaching, publishing, shaping public policy, litigating, mediating, advocating, legislating, or leading with the sword and shield of the law in some other way, as an alumnus of Loyola, you as an individual are bestowed with the duty to shine the penetrating and searing light of justice in those dark places in a society that has been existing in plain sight and without illumination for too long. Class of 2021, I implore you to accept this gift and take up this great commission by calling out inequitable, oppressive systems masquerading as law and order and replace them with new rules of engagement and interpretations of law that lift up and elevate those who have been left behind, marginalized, undervalued, and underestimated. Now, I know that my few minutes are up, and you may already have gone back to thinking about your Barbary classes that are soon to start or wondering when you will get that offer letter. And I'm not here to stand in the way of all of that or to tell you that it's all going to work out as planned, because while it will work out, there will be unforeseen detours. Know that on this day, you have not only been educated in the law, but you have been well prepared for greatness. It is because my dean and your dean, the faculty, and all of you drafted a stellar blueprint for success. Not just success in your profession, but most importantly, success in life. Willingly accept your great commission. Be bold, be brilliant, be brave. Congratulations, class of 2021. I would like to now welcome back Dean Kaufman to share some final remarks.
Thank you so much, Janae and Tanya, for your wonderful and inspiring remarks. The class of 2021 will now be recognized individually for their achievements. Congratulations again to graduates. Congratulations, one and all.
I would now like to present the candidates for the degree of Master of Laws. Mahmoud Abousief. Josette Allen. Claire Ambrosio. Victoria Bethel. Courtney Cochran Blau. Patricia L. Carney. Orlando Leonidas Castillo. Pedro Misael Castillo Bravo. Delia M. French. Chauncey J. Graham. Michael D. Hargrove. Philip James Hayes. Richard Thomas Horton. Widad Y. Ibrahim. David Harris Iskowich. Teresa Lynn Jennings. Sema Ematula Kahuk. Sheila Marie Kaltwex. Mara Haytamamad Kasane. Amber Furtus Coker. Hannah Louise Parker Lavasser. Janelle L. Ludaway. Jennifer Ann Magyar. Tiffany Main. Vipul Mendirata. Catrice Alana Miller. Abdisamad Abdinor Mohammed. Laura Ann Montesantos. Mauricio Moreno Balbuena. Rachel Tuyemo Mundila. Christine Rebecca Mutezi. Brianna Cherie Otmaki. Kushi Pandaya. Susanna Gwen Patterson. Natasha Delang Perry. Arlene Marie Questel. Niraj Rath. Natalia Rabenko. Deborah Lynn Reese. Achilles Rawalamira Rumward. Nancy Satterfield. Viswapriya Senthil Kumar. Gana Shvachka. Jonathan Paul Seiner. Jeremy C. Smith. Sheila Tagle. Tetiana Tishchenko. Adam Ross Wagner. Mohammed Asil Zurang. Alexei Yuryevich Zub. I would now like to present the candidates for the degree of Juris Doctor. Destiny P. Abdul Noor. Anik Alexis Abarad. Erica Catherine Acapol, cum laude. Colleen Elizabeth Ahern. Taryn E. Ahmed. Zaid Hadi Al-Saraf. Olivia Caliendo Alden, cum laude. James Bennett Alrutz. Brenda A. Alvarez. Jake T. Annunziata. Jennifer A. Anschutz, cum laude. Carly N. Armstrong. Deanna Arroyo. Jennifer Tier Babasek. Joseph M. Baldwin. Andrew Janusz Benethi. Florina Banjula. Elizabeth R. Barnett, cum laude. Monica Bridget Barrett, cum laude. Abru Basharon Shawl. Yanoka Yvonne Bass. Mary Shannon Bauer. Rebecca Faith Bavelsick, magna cum laude. Kaylee Gretchen Bean, magna cum laude. Emily L. Becker. Oyars Raymonds Burzins. Eleanor E. Bidar. Nicole Elizabeth Bagansky, magna cum laude. Thomas Terrence Bishop. Alexandria Black. Sarah Bonacorsi. Xavier Gabriel Bonfiglio. Cameron J. Bozak. Alexander R. Box, cum laude. Hart Elena Brick. Jacqueline Tarbell Brigham. Grace Hazard Berner, magna cum laude. Mallory G. Burney. Haley Dubiel Burridge. Alexandra M. Cabezas. Laura Marie Carroll. Victoria Lee Cheka. Matthew Benjamin Chapman, cum laude. Tracy Chow. Anisha Chetta. Thomas Andrew Collier. Patrick Charles Conroy. Nathaniel B. Cornwell. Christina Joycelyn Cullen, magna cum laude. Louisa de Artegao Quenta. Justin Kenneth Deffenbacher, magna cum laude. Grace E. Delot. Jan Michael Dervish. Matthew T. Doran, cum laude. Daniel Quinn Duffy. Mackenzie Ann Durkin, cum laude. Thomas H. Edwards. Carice L. Epps. Diana M. Estrada. John C. Evans. Jordan William Patrick Evans. Catherine Venturi Fott. Catherine R. Fearing, cum laude. Elise L. Fester, cum laude. Caitlin M. Figueroa. Catherine S. Finch. Claire Davidson Fisher. Brett Stephen Flessner, cum laude. Elizabeth Flores. Giuliano Florio. Colleen Lockhart Foster. Elena M. Frauheiger. Victoria A. Frazier. J. B. Freeman. Nicholas R. Friel. Andrew A. Freilich, magna cum laude. Christopher E. Fuller. Amanda Ray Garsky. Vanessa Adriana Gebka. Theodore Malone Gelderman, magna cum laude. Timothy J. Getty. Hunter J. Gilbertson. Shannon Nicole Glover. David G. Gobberdeal, cum laude. Scott Michael Gehring, magna cum laude. Heidi G. Getting, cum laude. Adrian Gonzalez Cirillo, cum laude. David R. Grady, magna cum laude. Brittany Denise Green. Jennifer M. Greco, cum laude. Noah Chapman Hamont, cum laude. Nicole C. Harris. Madison Noel Heckel. Jonah Benjamin Heemstra, cum laude. Christina Aurora Hernandez. Fernando Hernandez Paredes. Fernanda Montserrat Herrera Spieler. Juliet Francis Higgins. Kirsten E. Hoffman. Connor Q. Hollander. Glenn Michael Hoskin. Janae Juanita Elizabeth Hughes. Alexandra D. Ilajewski. Jacqueline Ann Ingalls. Tamara Abdul Itani. Rebecca R. Jacobs. James C. Jansen. Nicholas A. Jimenez. Rini Mariam John. Kyle Johnson. Evan Colleen Jones. Rachel Nicole Kammerzell, magna cum laude. Ryan Andrew Kaplan, magna cum laude. Drew Karamanis. Christopher J. Karamanos. Jennifer Carr. Megan E. Kasner. Christina Keene. Liam Patrick Kenny. Saif Nawaz Khan. Connor Edmund Kinney. Raminta Kaizida. Charles Acker Klingenberger, magna cum laude. Lauren Ray Cook. Blake James Colisa, cum laude. Damian N. Kolomeitz. Jacob Morris Kupferman, cum laude. Bianca Kushner. Jorge Labarga. Christian Ligorio, magna cum laude. Paul Lazzari. Filippo Leon III, magna cum laude. Daniel M. Llewellyn, cum laude. Jack M. Lewis, magna cum laude. Yunji Lee. Karen M. Long, cum laude. Bradley Paul Lauren, cum laude. Paxton J. Lozano, cum laude. Melissa L. Luddington. Emily Lynn Lundquist. Katrina Elise Lutfi, magna cum laude. Matthew Thomas Macklin. Mary Momoka. Michael A. Manganelli. Michelle Rumya Mayron. Margaret Martin. Alec Mason. Kevin Wendell Matheny Jr., cum laude. Jacqueline Ellen McDonald, cum laude. Catherine Claire McLaren. Nicholas E. McTarnigan. Mary Elizabeth Meadows. Stephen D. Mayer, cum laude. Barbara D. Meneses. Patrick Glenn Meredith, cum laude. Patrick Ellis Michaelis. Elizabeth Aubrey Miller. Michael Joseph Miller. Elliot J. Mondry. Sari T. Mondry, cum laude. Jacob Evan Morse, magna cum laude. Mylea D. Moy. Matthew George Mrazek, cum laude. Samantha Victoria Narvis. Jaime Nolasco. William Frank Nye. Madeline O'Mara, cum laude. Tanisha Lanice O'Neill. Joseph Vincent Oliver. Evely Seve Osehayame. Olatunbosun J. Osanaki. Jasmine Amira Osman, cum laude. Nikolai J. Paganucci. Brianna K. Panton. Vikas M. Patel, magna cum laude. Michael C. Petruccia. Nicole Aliyah Pajan. Catherine A. Pashone. Todd A. Postma, cum laude. Alyssa N. Priest. Jessica Proctor. Maria Protich, magna cum laude. Karina Quintero. John P. Quirk. Anna Marie Raffanelli. Constance Despina Reftis, magna cum laude. Sunaina Ramesh. Melissa Louise Rankin. Shivani Neha Rishi. Carolina Alicia Rodriguez. Tanya Christine Racinko. Jennifer A. Saberin. Maya Nicole St. Louis. John A. Saletta, cum laude. Fernanda Magalis Santos. Harry James Shawwacker. Charles F. Schultz IV, magna cum laude. Charles M. Scott. John Paul Segoviano. Jacob Ross Senesco. George Shakro. Jordan T. Shed. Sean M. Sheely, magna cum laude. Natasha Shukla. Rachel Lynn Serminski. Sharon Sinclair. Sydney Skidmore. Marcella Deshonda Slay. Harry Nina Smith. Raven Angelique Smith. Rachel N. Spence. Alexandra Spagnardi. Abby Ray Spradlin. Janet Moran Stengel, cum laude. Peter A. Stevens. Sarah M. Siddharth. Danielle Jalyn Sule. Radhika Goyle Sutherland. Savannah R. Thiel. Crystal Lynn Tisdale. Stephanie Inga Ernest. Richard J. Vadasi. Lilia Elena Valdez. Shelby Nicole Vandenbroek. Robert Daniel Van Echo, magna cum laude. Andrew Robert Valenti, cum laude. Carrie Elaine Virgin. Elizabeth M. Vogel. Justin R. Wenninger. Amelia Ann White. Kelsey Wilson. Daniel J. Woods, Jr. Nadia Marie Woods. Elizabeth Yannin. Michael Yu. I would now like to present the candidates for the degree of Master of Jurisprudence. Frank Abange. Bernice Asante. Letitia Nicole Banks. Samuel William Bycan. Savannah Ray Bohm Tyler. David Michael Borum. Shelley Frances Bowers. Linda G. Brannigan. Melinda J. Bromberg. Nora Elizabeth Brosnan. Catherine Louise Brown. Michelle Renee Bryant. Lindsay Renee Burke. Brittany Kristen Campbell. Sylvia Campuzano. Stephanie Page Chaffin. Melissa Rhea Cornish. Nicole Michelle Curry. Tony Chanel Daniel. Eric Ward Darling. Layla Wangeru Daya. Julie Ann Duke. Stone Duro. Latoya Edwards. LaShawn Monique Etheridge. Mary Elizabeth Foley. Tiffany Marie Fontenot. Catherine Elizabeth Gallion. Lynn Ann Gant. Clintonette Garrison. Shannon Garrison. April Marie Garvin. Patricia Netter Gavis. Carrie Gray. Kelly B. Hanna. Catherine Mary Hannanen. Katisha Alston Hargrove. Sadie Lynn Hart. Yuri Hernandez. Heath Christopher High. Jane Pierre Howard. Valerie Lynn Hudson. Swan Hoon. Pauline Jakubiec. Marcella Horrigy. Erica Jimenez. Paul Earl Jones III. Cynthia Ann Joseph. Kristen Julian. Beamnet Kabidi. Stephanie Kaiser. Mackenzie Marie Kelly. Stacy Kenner. Derica Janae King. Harold Thomas Kerman. Julie K. Klasinski. Danita Yvette Knox. A. Michael LaPena. Susan Boleski Lynch. Kathleen Sue Moss. Felicia Markham Dixon. Amy Martin. Tara Lynn Martino. Maria Gabriela Mata Carnavali. Laurel Marguerite Mavua. Deanna Joy Mayo. Terry Michelle McCrae. Bobby F. McMillan. Jessica Lynn Moncrief. Frank Anthony Monty. Javier Silva Montemayor. Eve Camille Montgomery. Kerube Mora. Bea Natalie Musino. Melissa Maria Monroe. Grace Nairi Moreathai. Angelina Alejos Navarrete. Catherine Mary Newgren. Vincent Michael Olivieri. Chindanu Odilanma Ozua. Amanda Lenore Puckshaw. Allison Page. Amber Marie Parrish. Biran Patel. Giselle Forbes. Olayemi Panel. Chase Marie Quintel. Allison Marie Rainey. Mabel Ramirez. Renee Ramirez. Greta Rice. Jamel Robinson. Patricia Ann Rogers. Christina Olivia Rosenthal. Kimberly Garcia Ruiz. Mary Safolastic. Lonnie Ray Smith. Timothy John Springer. Lorne Stinnis Jr. Timothy James Stevens. Geraldine A. Straber. Laura Catherine Stymist. Greg Sudkamp. Lori A. Thompson. Yesha L. Thompson. Courtney Tomlin. Marianne Wamboe Wamahio. Contrail Washington Little. Melissa Weber. Megan Maria Williams. Milagros Izquierdo. Carmel Marie Zimmerman. I would now like to present the candidates for the Certificate in Privacy Law. Jennifer Altman. Paul Thomas Petrasco. Latrice Stennis Bragg. Reagan Geneva Vincenz. I would now like to present the candidates for the Certificate in School Discipline Reform. Amanda Marie Coyle. Shannon Sue Cremines. Kelly Noel Ferguson. Catherine Hunt. John Jagaman. Brett Joseph Markham. Frank William McNaughton. Caitlin Elizabeth Malahi. Samantha Lee Nieto. Michael O'Shea. Michelle Joy Pluhar. Jeffrey Paul Riley. Krista Leah Valencia. Adam Ballard Vincent. Zealand Walsh.